Another week, Polk Nation. Matt
Nation.
Fontenot, Jim Gazzolo here, coming off a scrimmage. Football dinner coming up. We're going to talk volleyball here in the next two segments. But let's start with FanFest. Friday night, or Saturday night, you had FanFest here. Pretty good crowd.
Really, yeah, I thought it was a really good crowd. You know,
Yeah.
and there was a
They
point.
did sit on the smart side. They all stayed out of the sun.
I was wondering. We opened those gates as well, and people trickled in. They figured out pretty quick.
Pretty
which side
quick,
to go,
yes, pretty
go
quick.
on. Yeah. But there was really a point where I thought we may have more vendors than fans, because man, the commitment from our vendors to show up and be here for our Fan Fest was tremendous. I mean, we had them wrapped around the hill all the way
Yeah.
underneath the press box, and it was fantastic.
The ones around the press box, a little bit cooler.
It was.
It was a little bit cooler. But overall, the scrimmage was obviously the offense is getting better because the offense always gets better after the first scrimmage. But the passing game, Curtis DeVille had a really good day catching the football.
Yep.
Javante Citizen had a big run.
Yep.
But Jake Strong looked like he took command of the offense.
Yeah, which, talking about the two guys with DeVille and Citizen, you always love to see guys that start to look like they are healthy again.
Yeah.
I mean, they both had injuries, at least throughout their career in certain ways, and so they worked really hard from through rehab and all the things, and they look healthy and ready to go again.
And that's the big thing is, can they continue to be that? And do you have the confidence that you're going to stay healthy?
Right.
Because that's the one thing is you can do a lot of things, but it's
Yep.
still in your mind.
Yep.
If you get hit, every time you get hit, you're getting hurt.
Yep.
So you got to get your confidence back. But overall, this football team is an interesting one because there's so many unknowns. The defense looks really good.
Yep.
It looks faster. Doesn't look as big, but it's deeper
Yep.
and faster. And those are two big things. But you got to wait and see what the offensive line does.
Yeah, everything's won in the trenches, right? But I think the other thing to notice is that this is an old football team.
Yeah.
There's a lot of juniors and seniors in this two deep, and which in this day and age, especially with the transfer portal and all those things, that you're starting to see the older your roster is, usually the more success you're going to have. So it's an old roster with a lot of snaps under their belt. Maybe not necessarily here.
Yeah,
but
a
lot of
experience.
snaps.
And quite frankly, the three kids they got late on the offensive line.
Yep.
They came from Division II, but they played for national championship.
That's right.
So they have not only experience, but they have big game experience.
That's
And
right.
there's a lot of it. You play 4 or 5 extra playoff games, you have a lot more snaps. You have almost another third of the season.
That's right.
So we'll see how that works out.
Yep.
But I thought the interest was the fact that there was a lot of people here. They stayed. It didn't rain.
Yeah.
But it was hot.
Very hot.
So
Very
they
hot.
stayed through the heat.
Yep, and that's unfortunately, we love starting out at home, but maybe not 3 in a row at home. So
3 weeks in a row at home
we're
is
gonna have to work with the league on that, because that's half our games this year are going to be in the heat, and so it's tough on fans. Definitely tough on fans.
And you got coming up the Ed Ogeron dinner in 2 nights.
Yep.
I still want to know, are you going to have subtitles for when Ed speaks? But
Closed caption.
there are some interesting things about this. I think the fact that Ed Ogeron is coming over, former LSU coach,
Yep.
ties to McNeese, son
Yep.
played here. You're going to play football at LSU.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to play a basketball game against LSU. You're going
Yep.
to play a women's basketball game against
Yep.
LSU.
Yep.
You're going to play baseball and softball against LSU.
Yep.
There is a commitment now. Maybe it's who's at LSU, but there's also a commitment for you guys to play up and to play better competition, but
Sure.
also be a part of the state more.
Yeah, that's obviously, some of these games were on the books before Heath and Roos, but it definitely does just solidify the commitment to playing at LSU and not just in football, but obviously across sports.
We have two
it's
games
good for our
set
fan
with
base.
You have 2 games still set with LSU.
Correct, that's right. Another one in 29. So it's good for our fan base. I mean, obviously, look, you can't deny that everybody in this state, for the most part, somewhere in there loves LSU. We have a lot of diehard McNeese fans, but it does bring it to a different level when you go over there and play the people in Baton Rouge.
And it's a great stage for you guys to play on.
It is.
It shows that whatever happens is you're at least willing to play on that level.
Yep.
So you're not afraid of that level, and it never hurts to be partnered with them.
That's right.
So
That's right.
that's actually a good thing.
Yep.
All right, everything else is starting now.
Yeah.
You got soccer's already 2-0.
2-0. Great start.
Who saw that?
I don't know, but I think Coach Cable did. If you ask her, she was. I don't know if she was expecting it, but that's a good win against Southern Miss over the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
That's a big win for our program, and obviously shows that she's got this thing going in the right direction.
Well, it shows how quickly you can turn something around, too.
That's right.
We're going to have volleyball coming up.
Yep.
Volleyball is always an interesting sport to me because it's on with football.
Yeah.
But it has a niche fan base.
It does.
And McNeese has a lot of people that actually go to volleyball games.
Yeah.
What are some of the things you expect from this team?
Well, I think what you'll see, and Tayler will speak on it. I mean, she's a tough coach, and she was a tough player at Sam Houston State back in the day, a two-sport athlete that she's a grinder that worked hard, and she's going to expect the same out of her players. So I think what we're going to find as the season goes on is that this team's going to be a lot tougher, and we're going to grind out some wins in this league, I believe. And it's tough because Texas historically is just more of a volleyball state. So you got the SFAs and the UIWs, and it's more saturated with volleyball talent over there. But this fan base does get behind it and show up. So
yeah, it shows up, and there are free pizza nights at times.
That's right.
You guys do a lot of marketing for them that a lot of places don't do.
Yep.
Quickly before we go on to talk volleyball, what are we expecting for marketing this year from football games?
Well, I don't want to steal.
You got special stuff.
Yeah, I don't want to steal Castette's thunder. That might have to be another segment. But no, he's fantastic, and the creativity that he's put behind it, and not just the creativity of the different games, but the execution. I think is what fans realized last year, that it just wasn't. Oh, it's just not the whatever night. There was actually, a lot of elements to it that really brought the fan base together for it. So excited for that.
When we come back, we're going to be talking volleyball on Polk Nation after this.
Well, it's game day at the Legacy Center, and the McNeese Cowboys are warmed up and ready to play. Cowboys have a new player this year, number 22, Katie Ferdinandson. This girl loves basketball and McNeese so much she can't wait to get out on the floor. And we're off. Shoemate tips the Brewer, and there goes Katie.
Ferdinandson Financial Group supports the McNeese Cowboys.
Hi, I'm Joe Zanko, President and CEO of Catalyst Bank. Today, two strong South Louisiana community banks are coming together with one shared purpose: to fuel the growth of local businesses and improve lives throughout our region. Together, we'll combine the local service and relationships you've come to expect with enhanced banking services, innovative technology, and new tools designed to make banking even more convenient. We look forward to serving you for years to come.
Advantage Plumbing, your trusted local plumber right here in Lake Charles. Our dedicated team is here to tackle all your plumbing needs, from emergency services to routine maintenance. Our qualified technicians use the latest cutting-edge tools to eliminate your problem at the source. That means peace of mind that your job will be done right. If you want a plumbing service that you can rely on, book your service appointment today and we'll let you focus on what's important.
Welcome to Pro Pools, your one-stop shop for everything pool care. Top quality chemicals to keep your water clean, clear, and balanced. Plus in-store savings and rebates to keep more money in your pocket. Upgrade your cleaning with industry-leading equipment and turn your backyard into the perfect escape. From simple setups to luxury designs, we've got you covered. Visit Pro Pools today on Romero Street in Lake Charles, or call now and dive into better pool care.
We're back with Corynne Hausler, volleyball player, setter. What exactly does a setter's responsibilities on a volleyball team?
A setter's responsibilities is, running the court, running our offense efficiently, and communicating super well with everyone.
So one thing about it is your career is you're now a junior here.
Yes, sir.
But you've come from Chicago, Las Vegas, Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
What were your first thoughts of Louisiana?
It was different, but it was very homey. I think I've kind of seen all different parts of the U.S. in certain ways, so I think I was ready for change again. New people.
This might be the longest you've stayed in one place,
it
right?
has been this
Yeah,
year. Yep.
So third year here?
Yes, sir.
How's all 3 years been? I guess starting as a freshman, now entering your third year, just life on campus, roster's changed a little bit over those 3 years. How have you liked Lake Charles?
I feel like my freshman year coming in, I felt like at home right away, and I've had such like a great supportive staff around me and teammates, and I feel like I've just kind of settled down, which felt nice. But every year it's new challenges, new group of people, and new things to look forward to. So just kind of taking it day by day, year by year.
What's the vibe of this team? New coach, new system and everything, kind of a new roster, but what is the vibe of the team?
We're going hard. That's basically, I think Coach Tayler came in here and built a great, is continuing to build a great foundation up, and she comes in and supports us so much and works so hard that we just go in every day. We want to work just as hard for her back and for each other on the court. So, we have a lot to look forward to this year, and I think we're going to do great things.
What do you like about this team?
I think everyone connects really well. We all have each other's backs. Even the incoming freshmen, they hold themselves to such a high standard. Playing around people that want to compete at a high level every day just makes everyone better. So
you guys, I'd say you're off to a good start. Seems like there's a lot of excitement around the team.
Mm-hmm.
How was this past Friday, the scrimmage with Sam Houston State? Your head coach playing against her mom. What's that like as a player to kind of be in that environment and make you want to play harder, or explain that?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun and it's great, and there's kind of like another edge behind it when it's her mom, and I think like we want to work hard for her and for each other again. So playing, it's great, but the emotional aspect like behind it as well. We want to get her that win, or
Was there a lot of trash talking between mom?
Kind of, not really.
Okay.
They're really loving, but they're definitely a competitive family. You can tell. So they were, when we were crossing sides, I noticed I was walking behind Coach, and they didn't look at each other, and I was like, it's funny.
So this team and this year, what have you guys kind of grown from the last couple of years? There's been ups and downs quite a bit in this program the last couple of years. Where do you think you're at now, but what have you learned as a team?
I think we've learned to kind of ignore outside noise, kind of keep our heads down. We put the work in the gym, and we all have each other's backs a lot. So I think at the end of the day, like, no matter what's going on or who's on the team or the court, like, we're all just going to go 100% for each other. And I think that, like, the only way is up.
Awesome. You mentioned your degree's finance. What's your plan? So again, you've been here 3 years, so obviously, hopefully finishing your degree here. What's your plans after college?
I'm not 100% sure, but I am interested in the home building industry.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Home building industry. So do you guys consider this, because it's a new coach, rebuilding year, or is this a win now year?
This is a win now year. Yeah.
That attitude is, when you see the fan base here, what's it like compared to other fan bases? Because we hear about crowds here and the facilities here. What's that like compared to other places?
I think we have a lot of people that actually really stand behind us, like inviting us into their homes, and coming to practice, showing up, knowing that, saying like, hey, we support you, we'll be here for you, reach out. It's a lot more personal, I feel like, our fan base. So. And
do you feel that this team is closer knit than before the last couple of years? Is this a team that's led by players?
I think so, yeah. I think we all want to just work hard for each other every day, and we, on and off the court, I think we connect, and anybody can go to anyone for anything, it feels like.
Who's the one hitter that would frighten you if she was coming at you from the other side?
That's a loaded question, Jim.
I think we have a lot. We have multiple, I think, and they all have different tools in their toolbox. Something different coming at you, there's a couple. Yeah.
But it's always the thing I want to see, is I want to see who's going to hit the ball the
I don't
hardest.
think the center could say the one hitter though.
Yeah, but she's got a favorite. Don't kid yourself.
She probably
Always
got a favorite.
When we come back, we'll talk to your coach after this on Poke Nation.
Thank you.
Well, it's game day at the Legacy Center, and the McNeese Cowboys are warmed up and ready to play. Cowboys have a new player this year, number 22, Katie Ferdinandson. This girl loves basketball and McNeese so much she can't wait to get out on the floor. And we're off. Shoemate tips the brewer, and there goes Katie.
Ferdinandson Financial Group supports the McNeese Cowboys.
Hi, I'm Joe Zanko, President and CEO of Catalyst Bank. Today, two strong South Louisiana community banks are coming together with one shared purpose: to fuel the growth of local businesses and improve lives throughout our region. Together, we'll combine the local service and relationships you've come to expect with enhanced banking services, innovative technology, and new tools designed to make banking even more convenient. We look forward to serving you for years to come.
Advantage Plumbing, your trusted local plumber right here in Lake Charles. Our dedicated team is here to tackle all your plumbing needs, from emergency services to routine maintenance. Our qualified technicians use the latest cutting-edge tools to eliminate your problem at the source. That means peace of mind that your job will be done right. If you want a plumbing service that you can rely on, book your service appointment today and we'll let you focus on what's important.
Welcome to Pro Pools, your one-stop shop for everything pool care. Top quality chemicals to keep your water clean, clear, and balanced. Plus in-store savings and rebates to keep more money in your pocket. Upgrade your cleaning with industry-leading equipment and turn your backyard into the perfect escape. From simple setups to luxury designs, we've got you covered. Visit Pro Pools today on Romero Street in Lake Charles, or call now and dive into better pool care.
Less than 2 weeks, McNeese State Volleyball will kick off a new era under Tayler Gray. And I gotta ask you this: you played your mom the other day in a scrimmage. You come from Sam Houston. You're gonna open at Sam Houston.
Yes.
What's that like? Because you're going home. You're going right back home right away.
I am. I think the one thing is I'm excited to take my team back to my alma mater, my home. I'm so proud of what they've bought into and just their growth thus far, and so I just can't wait to show a quality product at my alma mater.
And I guess the big thing with that is you play Miami of Ohio.
Correct.
Then Cal State Fullerton. So you're going to get two different types of play across the
We
country.
will.
But also then you're going to play Sam Houston in a real match. We talked last time about maybe a little of trash talking. Will there be trash talking that time?
I think there's always like a mindset, like whoever you want to play, you want to annihilate. But it's, I want to beat Sam Houston. I want to beat Miami of Ohio. I want to beat Cal State Fullerton. But most of all, I want my team to get better each and every set. I want to see individual growth. I want to see collective growth. And I just want us to walk out of there healthy and confident.
But how much did you learn from your mom, obviously, and how much are you going to try to change that? I mean, are we going to see a lot of identical systems when you're playing them?
I think for starters, they're a little taller than we are. We're a little shorter in terms of height at the net. I think right away we both are going to play an athletic, explosive system. But at the end of the day, I've learned so much from her. I mean, her blueprint is probably my blueprint with a little bit of tailorment to my style. I'm sure there's some old systems that she runs and new systems that she runs and vice versa for myself. But the reality is we understand what it takes to be successful. And my job is to take all the great qualities that she instilled in me and how to run a system and bring that into McNeese and make it a stamp for us.
It's got to be being a coach's kid,
right. Very
helpful as a first-year head coach and all that. I guess what maybe did you learn from her that off the court that has prepared you for this job?
I had the opportunity to go home a couple weeks ago, and we were just talking, and I just said, thank you for making me prepared for this job. Like, I felt nothing but excitement for this job. I had no fear with any aspect because of everything that she has taught me along the way. And I think the biggest thing is just how she conducted herself off the floor. She was a parent that was present. She was involved in the community, and just the trials and tribulations that she's gone through as an adult, right? And just making sure that she was constantly present and successful everywhere she goes. And I think that's the big thing. And the one thing I'll always take from her: be an energy giver, not an energy taker, and be present where your feet are. And I think if you can do those two things, you're going to be pretty successful wherever you go.
Awesome. So let's talk about this team. You took it over in the spring.
Yep.
You did get most of your recruiting year done.
Correct.
what do you like about this team, and what did the summer look like for you guys?
Well, first of all, I think Corynne hit it. They're hardworking. Like, this is a team that is not afraid of hard things. We talked about it in our first meeting. Like, we have to accept doing hard things every single day, and they've done a really good job of that. They've bought into the system right away, and they just want to be loved on. Like, they want to be loved on, and they want to be pushed, and they want to be respected. And if that's all I really have to do to get a quality product, my job's pretty easy. But this summer, this was the first time that the volleyball program has ever had their entire roster back in July. So they've been here since July, taking classes, working out with our strength coach, Coach Lennon. He's done a phenomenal job there, doing open gym, just getting the lay of the land and just building a continuity amongst themselves. So they're bought in. They're extremely bought in, and you could tell from the moment from our first meeting to summer and our first day of double days.
So now you're kind of down at crunch time. You got about a week and a half left until the first game. So what does that look like? How do you go into this last week?
It's like fine tuning. Like, I think it's fine tuning, trying to figure out which matchups are going to be the best with who, or which relationships, like what opposite needs to be with what setter, just kind of like what middle needs to be with what setter, and just different fine tuning there. I would like to see our blocking numbers go up a little bit. I think that's something that the scrimmage against Sam kind of exploited a little bit. I would like to see us our eye sequencing blocking improve, but if that's kind of where we're already going, we have a really solid foundation.
You have kind of a unique perspective as a coach, because as a player at Sam Houston, you played for your mom, you played two sports as well.
I did.
So that was pretty interesting. You were also a setter. You had over 2,000 assists, but you played in this league a lot.
Right.
So you have a lot of perspective about what to expect from this team. How much does that help you?
Well, it was one of the reasons I took this job. The familiarity with the conference. I can close my eyes and put myself in each gym. For those tenured coaches that have been in this league a long time, I know exactly the system they're going to play. I know how they're going to recruit. I know typically when they're going to call a timeout. So it's not that I have an edge. It's just familiarity and comfortability. And I think when you do go into new opportunities, it's nice to have that kind of in your back pocket to rely on. I do know the top four in this league, but I would be remiss without saying they voted the wrong way. Like, you're going to see McNeese Volleyball climb, and it's not going to be at a chance. It's going to be at a pure work ethic and buy-in from these young ladies.
One of the things about McNeese that's been interesting the last couple of years is we've built a beach volleyball system now, which is different. But you're also teaching a lot in camps and that for a community that wasn't really all in. A lot of schools don't have volleyball still. How important is that to kind of build for the reputation of the school to get that going?
Well, I think first and foremost, the really nice thing about Lake Charles is the community. It's resilient. Rennie hit on the fact that it is a tight-knit community that's willing to not only be present but show up for you and extend a welcome into their home and different things like that. But the number one thing is volleyball's given me everything, and I want to make sure that this community loves the game of volleyball. And any chance that we can get into a local high school, middle school, or host a camp, we want to just show the energy and the excitement around volleyball.
It'll be a while before you play at home.
Correct.
I think until the Cowgirl Classic,
yes.
Correct? What does that mean, and how much different will you look by then?
I think if we improve the way I believe that we can improve, I think the community is going to be like, holy cow, this is a team that's going to make some really good moves. But I like that we're on the road at first, because it's going to create barriers that we've got to overcome. We're going to be a lot of people's home openers. We've got to be able to deal with that. We're going to have a back-to-back the first day, then we've got a short turnaround at 2, and we've got to play the host there, and then we go to ULL, and that's going to be their home opener. And so I just think it presents really healthy challenges for us to overcome early in the year, so it preps us for that conference slate.
Well, those challenges begin for Tayler Gray and the McNeese Volleyball team a week from Friday at Sam Houston State against Miami of Ohio. They don't return home until the Cowgirl Classic when they open against Grambling on the 17th of September. So we'll see. Good luck on the year, Coach.
Thank you very much.
And enjoy your homecoming when you get it.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
When we come back, we'll get Matt's final thoughts after this.
Hi, I'm Joe Zanko, President and CEO of Catalyst Bank. Today, two strong South Louisiana community banks are coming together with one shared purpose: to fuel the growth of local businesses and improve lives throughout our region. Together, we'll combine the local service or relationships you've come to expect with enhanced banking services, innovative technology, and new tools designed to make banking even more convenient. We look forward to serving you for years to come.
Well, it's game day at the Legacy Center, and the McNeese Cowboys are warmed up and ready to play. Cowboys have a new player this year, number 22, Katie Ferdinandson. This girl loves basketball and McNeese so much she can't wait to get out on the floor. And we're off. Shoemate tips the brewer, and there goes Katie.
Ferdinandson Financial Group supports the McNeese Cowboys.
Advantage Plumbing, your trusted local plumber right here in Lake Charles. Our dedicated team is here to tackle all your plumbing needs, from emergency services to routine maintenance. Our qualified technicians use the latest cutting-edge tools to eliminate your problem at the source. That means peace of mind that your job will be done right. If you want a plumbing service that you can rely on, book your service appointment today and we'll let you focus on what's important.
We're back. I'll tell you, that coach is fired up. She gets fired up.
She does. She does. But I mean, hey, as a head coach or as an administrator, that's what you want out of your head coaches. You know, that's going to rub off on our players. They're going to get after it this year.
Sell the program. All right, I want to ask you this because it's we're now 12, 13 days away from football. But 5 for 5 in this. We're starting to see kids crumble back into systems. UIW is picking up 3 of their own players, including the linebacker. You guys have not yet made a decision on, really the only one you have is Cody, right? Cody.
Yeah, I think I'm interested to see, and I don't know what official outlet did the UIW, if there was an official outlet that announced it, because there's the conference as a whole and the legal team advising the conference is telling everybody to continue to tread lightly.
Yeah.
Because there is a lot of risk to adding these players and you know,
especially with the first game being a conference game.
That's right. And if you play somebody and next thing you know they're ineligible, that's a big loss. So
that's a huge conference loss right off the bat.
Yep.
So that's the interesting thing. That's what's hanging over the head of this.
Yep.
If you play somebody else, or if you bring somebody into camp, maybe you have 3 weeks to get them ready before a conference game.
Right.
But here you would have to be ready. I mean, it's going to be right off the bat.
Yep. So
it's almost better for like a McNeese to say, well, he's not going to play the first game.
Yeah.
If he comes in, then we've got 3 weeks to get him ready.
Yeah, and you know, look, we don't know the dynamics of people's rosters either, right? You know, I mean, I think, you know, maybe UIW's linebacker room's in a situation where they need some help and they're willing to take that risk, you know. But we've got some guys that you know are kind of fall into that category. But again, I think Coach feels good about his roster where it is right now. Obviously, he'd love to get some guys if they're eligible, but you know, I think he feels good where they're at.
But no parapokes this year, I hear.
Well, they weren't around last year either.
No.
You know, that's a cool little tradition that we hope we can get them back one day.
Hopefully they'll land in the right places.
That's right.
They have occasionally landed in the wrong place.
Buccaneers are back though. The cannon will be booming.
Yeah, great. I'm not a cannon fan. You
Why
know
not?
that. I don't know. It just seems like it's shooting at me.
Well, it is.
I'll tell you one thing.
It literally is aimed right at the media row.
Well, the one thing was when we were in the Cowboy Club during the Hurricanes, it was looking right at me. And I know they were aiming. So no, the thing with the cannon is the first time it ever went off and I wasn't ready for it, I was right below it. Because we'd have to go there after the games and that. It was right below it and I did not appreciate that. I guess that would be the one thing I would say is I did not appreciate that. But football's starting, this is when it really gears up.
Yep.
First concert is?
Wayne Toops. Here we go, a week from Friday.
Wayne Toops.
Yep, in the Townsley Law Arena. So it'll be 68 degrees for the first block party.
A comfortable 68 degrees, right?
That's right.
And no rain.
No rain.
Rain it can do whatever it wants.
Yep.
The rain will not affect it. So just countdown for football is on for sure. Mm-hmm. The dinner is Friday night. Ed Ogeron, the special guest, will be there from Polk Nation, coming to you for the week after this from Polk Nation from the dinner. So we'll see you next time.